Hello, everyone.
Hi guys.
So nice to have everyone here today, as everyone I'm seeing is joining. We've got lots of people on the webinar today. We're going to get started super promptly and with the confidence that we'll have the recording of the webinar sent to all registrants so they can watch it afterwards. If they get here late or they can't come, it's all good. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Megan Schaefer, and I head up marketing for ArtCloud. Thank you so much for being here today. We love when we get to meet with our artists, all of our artists in our universe. This webinar is for all artists in the ArtCloud universe, whether you are considering ArtCloud, you're already an ArtCloud customer, whether you're taking advantage of our 14-day free trial, or if you've recently migrated from .folio by 9.arts. We're so happy to have you here today. Our mission here at ArtCloud is to provide the tools to empower the art world to sell more art, to get organized, and to run their business efficiently. We will be taking questions in the Q&A and try to get to them at the end if Alex hasn't answered them throughout the webinar. It is my pleasure to introduce Alex West, our CEO, who will be taking us through the platform today. I'll hand the reins over to you, Alex.
Well, like Megan said, thank you all for being here. It's a real thrill to have people that are interested in the platform, and we're excited to help you guys out however we can. So I hope you find this webinar helpful. If there's things you'd like us to change about them, we're looking to do these on a much more frequent basis. So please give your feedback. We will absolutely tailor it to what you guys are looking for. So like Megan said, we have a lot of different artists on this today. Some have signed up for an account, some are in a trial, some have, are migrating from other systems. So I'm going to try to go over just some basics of the platform, adding inventory, creating collateral like tear sheets and price lists, etc. Some of the CRM functionality, if we have time, we'll do some sneak peeks into how you can build a website with the platform and what that might look like for you. So if you don't have an ArtCloud account, you can make a free account at artcloud.com. And when you make an account and log in, or if you have an existing account and log in, you'll see a homepage much like this. Obviously, as you start adding more information, this dashboard will come alive with more suggestions, more tips and tricks. So what you'll kind of see here is the system is prompting you to share any new arrivals. So these are some new artworks that you've added into your system. You can consign these to a gallery if you have gallery representation. You can also create social media campaigns, so you can post those directly to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter or X, Pinterest, and be able to track that those engagement. You'll also see some follow-up reminders. So if there's any to-dos you have in the system, we're going to remind you anything that's upcoming. You can also add new to-dos and some shortcuts here. Another cool thing that the system will start reminding you to do is things like promoting any upcoming exhibitions. So if you log that there's an upcoming exhibition into the system, ArtCloud will help you create an email campaign. And if we have time, we'll go into that, but I want to kind of focus on some of the basics today. Because all of these fancy widgets are dependent on you having fresh inventory in the platform. So to add inventory into ArtCloud, we're just going to go over here to this inventory page. You'll see all of the pages you're going to reference inside of ArtCloud are going to be in this left-hand navigation. So when we click on inventory here, you'll see all the inventory that you've added into the platform. You can search for particular works just by typing in here. We'll auto-complete. So even if we just did NI, you will auto-complete what you have typed in to any field that we can find that would match that criteria. So here, for example, we did a search for a piece called 9. You can also, if you want to search by a specific field, you can select the search by drop down and pick a particular, we call them chips, but a particular chip that you want to search by. You can also filter out, so you can show all of your inventory. You can only show active work if you only want to look at like what's active or available in your studio. You can also show your sold works if you want to see all the works that have been sold. So you can see what gallery sold it, or was it sold out of the studio, etc. You can change your view of the inventory into more graphical and visual presentation by clicking that little icon there under the view, and then you'll see your view comes back here. You can also change the columns that are shown by here. So if you are particularly interested in the acquisition date, the date that you added it into the system, its website status, the quantity, the frame cost, etc. You can customize these columns and even change their order. We're going to leave out batch edit and some of these more advanced actions that you can apply, but certainly look into those as you explore your account. When you open up an artwork, you'll be able to set all the things you would expect to be able to set on any kind of modern system. Title, medium, the type of artwork, is it an original, is it a limited edition, unlimited edition, dimensions, what's its location, so was it sold in this is kind of a, let me see if I can find one that's got it. So 9, for example, its locations in studio, where your signature is, price. Just again, I won't bore you guys with all of these details, but any kind of field that you might need to track your artwork should be available in here. You also have the opportunity to opt that work into our marketplace or to help you sell more work, to create more collectors in your CRM system, as well as a website if you have it with us. So, it's easy to opt works in and out of your website and in and out of our marketplace just by coming over to this tab and toggling these fields. If you do have a website with us, you can create Facebook and Instagram catalogs that will let you have all of your available inventory accessible via Instagram. So as people are browsing your Instagram profile, they can browse all of your available work and be linked to a purchase page on your site. So it's a great way to increase engagement, both in inquiries and pure e-commerce sales from your Instagram followers. Some advanced SEO that we will not get into today. You can also upload as many artworks, images of your artwork as you like. Just upload the highest resolution image. We recommend at least 2,000 pixels as the smallest dimension. So if it's a landscape ratio, we recommend that the height is at least 2,000. If it's a portrait, we recommend that the width is at least 2,000. And we'll handle all the resizing for you. So anywhere where there's a thumbnail, we'll handle that for you so that you don't need to worry about cropping your images, etc. If you have any documents, any important documents, whether it's provenance reports or condition reports or anything like that, you can upload documents as well to an artwork record. You can also log some of the financial information, especially if you're consigning work and you need to track its insurance value, any kind of financial notes about it, the consignment cost, and any expenses that you might have incurred on that artwork. That just helps you keep everything in track in one spot. ArtCloud will automatically keep a history record. So anytime you sell a work, move its location, change its price, we're going to create a nice history of that record for you, so that it's really easy for you to reference those that history and understand its full history in the system. And then lastly, you'll see any contacts that are interested in this particular work. And this really starts to emerge as you use our website builder or you start using our email campaigns and people start engaging with your work. We make it really easy to import your contacts into the system. So if you're on MailChimp or any of other art management platforms, it's really easy, or Constant Contact, it's really easy to import all of your contacts into the system. When you have an artwork pulled up, you'll see that there's this actions bar on the right-hand side, and this is where you're going to perform a lot of your artwork actions, as you would expect. For example, creating a tear sheet, you just click that export button. You'll see a preview of this tear sheet. You can select what information is available on that tear sheet. You can email that directly to a client. You can come right in here. You can link that to your website if you have a website with us. You can automatically set follow-up reminders. When you're engaging with collectors that are interested in work, people don't reply on the first email, and they might not reply on your second email or third email. So setting these follow-up reminders where you can just re-engage and just check, hey, did you get that image? Would you like to see additional images? Would you like to schedule time to FaceTime and look at the piece over live video? All those little follow-up reminders will help you build a better relationship with your collectors and certainly sell more work over time. If you'd like to customize what a tear sheet looks like, it's really easy inside of our collateral builder. We won't get into that today, but this is all customizable, from the size of the image to the formatting, the justification, typography, etc. These are you can customize this entire thing inside the platform, but you can also pick from some of our standard templates. For example, a classic look like that. There's also several other collateral types, wall labels, authenticity reports. We'll get into some price lists in a second when we look at quick list. You can email this work directly from here. You can print the tear sheet directly from here. You can add it to a quick list, which we'll get it to in a second. You can add it to an invoice. You can share it on social media and even text message it from inside the platform. So we're just going to make it really easy. Once you've added the data and you've done all that hard work to get your artwork into the system, we're going to make it really easy to do all of your interactions with it. So any kind of financial reporting, any kind of inventory reporting, any type of marketing, email marketing campaigns, social media posts, things like that. We're going to, everything in your life will start getting more optimized and efficient downstream of adding inventory into the platform. And just like we have importers for contacts from Constant Contact and MailChimp and other competing systems, we also have a lot of inventory importers for other systems. So, if you're interested in coming in and daunted by the idea of having to re-add all the artwork, go check out our importers. They should be able to help you get that in quickly. And if you have any questions, reach out to our support team. We'll be happy to help you the best we can. And the last little action in here is going to save you a lot of time. If you're adding in a lot of work that is very similar, you can click this duplicate button, and then you're going to just be adding or tweaking, editing what is different about that new piece. So maybe the image, maybe the dimensions, the price, location, etc. When you make a new work, you're just going to click that add inventory button. You can upload. We'll go ahead and grab an image off my desktop here. I'm just going to upload the artwork here. Again, you can just start adding all the information that you want to. It's called Blue Skies. A lot of ArtCloud will help you autocomplete for consistency. So you can see things like pigment on paper is already there, pigment on board. So if you just start typing, ArtCloud's going to show you all of the mediums that would match on what you've typed, and then you can just click the one you want. And that's just going to help you with any kind of typos so that your mediums are consistent. So be sure to, a lot of people will come in here the first time and then hit, start typing that and then hit enter. And you're going to want to come all the way in here and then select the actual medium. Everything else should be pretty self-explanatory. If you wanted to do something, for example, like create a price list or email multiple works to a gallery or to a collector, you can select the works here. And under this actions drop down, you can email to a contact, you can export out. So let's export out a price list. And again, this is completely customizable. We have a couple different templates, but you can create your own templates. It's a very dynamic, as it supports any type of formatting you want on any of these collateral types. You can add exhibitions into the system. This is going to be great for helping you with marketing automation. So things like being able to create an email campaign. So for example, if we wanted to open this up, you can add particular artworks to that exhibition. You can select the dates of that exhibition, where it's going to be, any kind of press release, opening reception information, cover image, installation photos. One of the cool things is if you start doing this extra work of adding your exhibitions in here, not only can that populate on your website, so you have a more robust and full website that has additional content to keep users engaged, visitors engaged, you can also easily do email campaigns. So, I'll briefly touch on this. You can start a campaign, and you can see now all those artworks are now available in an email campaign. So no more copying all that metadata down, copying it over to MailChimp, double checking all your links. And of course, you can customize all of this. So if you want to remove the price or you want to change the language on the CTA, that's all customizable inside the system. If you do addition work, we have the ability for you to manage all of your additions in here. So you can track particular additions, the addition set, which is kind of the parent of all of those siblings. And then we even have the concept of addition titles that can span addition sets. So if you offer an addition work that's in a particular size, in 3 or 4 different sizes, you can have each of those represented as separate sets. And then addition titles can span those so that on your website, there's one image that represents all of those additions. So it's a nice, clean way of making sure that the visitors to your site are able to intuitively browse and engage with the works that they are most interested in. We also have robust consignment functionality. You can manage all of your consignments to any gallery or institution directly from inside of ArtCloud. You create those much like you would create inventory. You can go over here to, for example, gallery consignment, give it whatever title you might want to have. So summer consignment to Lantana Gallery. any kind of parameters that might be available on that consignment. So let's just say that it truly is a summer gallery, summer consignment. We can then add the works that we're looking to consign. And we can even, if that other institution, if that gallery or organization is in ArtCloud, you can even send this consignment to them so that they can accept that. So no more double data entry, and then you're notified of any sale. So that if they were to sell a work, you'll be notified right away. So you don't have to go to their website all the time and check check your profile page. Like, oh, did any work sell? What's going on? We hear from galleries all the time that artists are just refreshing their artist profile page on their website. So we decided to build this functionality that gives you a little bit more transparency into what's happening with your inventory at these different organizations. And you can send this email. Again, you can export this out in a plethora of different formats, all customizable. So you can get that signature, have formal documentation. It's sad how many times we hear the story of this piece just went missing and no one knows where it is. And so it's really as we've optimized it a bit so it doesn't take much more than, as you saw, 1 to 2 to 3 minutes. But it's an important 1 to 2 to 3 minutes of work to do before you send thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of your life of hard work to another organization that you have formal documentation that they've received it in good condition. So we hope that helps you guys level up your business practices a little bit. Inventory management then becomes pretty straightforward after that. Obviously, if you have any questions, we are always here to help. What a lot of artists find value in our platform is the CRM. So once you've done the work of adding your inventory, the most important part of an art business is interacting with collectors and tracking what they like and communicating with them clearly and being able to share images and respond to their interest. Again, you can easily import any contacts via a spreadsheet or from other platforms in our system. You can just click on this import button and you'll be taken right to the ability to start running a new import. But this is what the contact list would look like inside of ArtCloud. You'll see some really interesting fields here. We're gonna, for example, sales. You can see how much this client spent with you directly from the list view. You can see their last activity date, the day you entered them, tags. And again, these are all customizable by you. So you can change what your default columns are. You can change the order and a lot of things like that. When you pull up a contact record, you're going to see, again, their total sales. You're going to have some of these quick actions like sending them an email, creating a follow-up reminder, adding any notes, and creating an opportunity. We're not going to get into opportunity tracking today, but in a subsequent webinar, we will definitely explore some of that functionality. You'll see all of their contact information as you would expect, name, spouse information. You can add as many email addresses as you want, phone numbers, companies, birth date, death date, tags, origin. This is a really cool thing. A lot of artists at the end of the year will wonder, okay, I ran some ads on Instagram and I was on Saatchi's art marketplace and I did an open studio. Like, what of those marketing efforts really led to the most sales and the most contacts? And this origin field is a really cool one because we will automatically populate that origin field for you if the contact is created through a source that we have access to. So for example, if you were to launch a website with us and someone inquires about a particular artwork, we're going to automatically add that contact to your contact list. We're going to automatically assign that origin to your website. If you opt your work into our marketplace, we're going to automatically assign that origin to our marketplace. And at the end of the year, you can then start doing, and you can always then add things like art fairs, other marketplaces like Saatchi, gallery connections, etc. And at the end of the year, you can then start doing reporting on where do most of my contacts come from. So you know what sources are really leading to the best results for the gallery. Any kind of tax ID information you might need to track for this contact, private notes, as many addresses as you need to add to them, and then any social media platforms that they have. You can also log financial information. So if they're on a payment plan and they're buying a work over 4, 5, 10 months, you can add their payment method so you can run those subsequent transactions. It's all PCI compliant, so you don't have to worry about any of those security issues. You'll also see a purchase history. This is one of my favorite views of a contact record because you start to get a sense of what bodies of work that they are particularly interested in, whether it be price points, different bodies of work. You can get a sense of what they're interested in. So if they reach out to you, you can quickly reference, okay, they're interested in original work or they're interested in our edition work, things like that. The activity stream will show you all the emails you've sent to this contact, any follow-up reminders that are outstanding, any opportunities, any email campaigns they've gotten, et cetera. So this is a nice overview of like what the relationship with this client's been over time. So especially if it's someone that you haven't been in touch with for 2 or 3 years, you come back into the system, they reach back out, you can get kind of a quick reminder of who they are, how you met them, et cetera. Opportunities we're going to skip over today, but this is going to give you insights into what active artwork, what sales are you kind of currently working on with this client, and then interest. So what type of work do they like? Do they like large work? Do they like original work? Do they like figurative work? If you especially work in different bodies, this will help you track the types of work that they're most interested in. When interacting with the clients, you can search for a client by, again, kind of any field. You just start typing in their information, and we're going to auto-complete that against any field that we can find that would match that search criteria. And you can also pull in a particular chip. So if you wanted to say, show me all of my clients that were added into the system, so date entered, before, maybe you want to see, okay, so how many of my clients have come into the system before April? And then now you're getting a complete list here. You can export this out, interact with people in different ways. You can also make dynamic lists of contacts. And so we call that audiences. It's much like list in MailChimp. You can make lists by any field that you would have for that contact. So types of inventory that are interested in large works, figurative works, et cetera. Total sales volume. So you can say anyone that's purchased over a certain dollar amount for you, different tags or different origins, different geographies. And what's cool about that is then as other contacts meet those criteria, they're automatically going to be added to this audience list. And from here, you can then create email campaigns. And so what we've tried to do is make it much easier for you to segment your collector list by different fields, whether it's how engaged they are with your work. You can send people that are more engaged more emails, and you can send them different messaging with different CTAs. And by doing that, you're going to be able to get more engagement from that collector base. You can also kind of filter out, like, you don't want to include press contacts, or you don't want to include gallery contacts on a particular email newsletter. You can opt tags in and out of those audiences. We're going to skip over the sales and marketing section here. We offer our marketplace as a free addition to any paid manager plan. Actually, I think for artists, we offer it for free. So you're in better luck there. You can opt your account into our marketplace for free. This is going to give you a marketplace, a public profile on our marketplace. So you'll be one of our artists here. And this is just our way of helping you grow your client list, grow your contact list, and sell more work. So people can then come browse here, engage with your works, and inquire. It's 0% commission. So if you sell the work, all the sales are going to go directly to you. We're not going to take any cut of that transaction. You can customize your bio here. If you're looking for representation, we also support this flag here. So much like if you're are on LinkedIn, you'll know that kind of open to work or looking to hire. We're working on matchmaking functionality where we can connect you with galleries that would be a good match for you and your work, and vice versa. So if you are looking for representation, toggle that over and enjoy. And then before we kind of wrap up this, I just want to kind of touch briefly on the website builder. It's been one of the more popular features for artists. And so we hear from a lot of artists that it's just a lot of work to build and maintain a website, to keep their inventory in sync, to then engage with all the contacts that are inquiring about artworks. So we have built from scratch a website builder. You can come over here. We have great templates and themes to help you get started. You can open up any page, and just like Wix or Squarespace, you can drag and drop any type of content in here. So if you wanted to, include, let's see if I can do here, like text, for example, you can just come in here, type your text. What is different than something like Squarespace or Wix is the ability to put dynamic information on this. So for example, if you wanted to have a page that listed out your inventory, you can drag your inventory over here. And now all of a sudden, all of your work's here. And obviously you can filter it and change the formatting. That's more than we'll get into today, but I highly encourage you to explore this. And if you have any questions, please reach out. We are happy to help you however we can. And there's a lot of other more advanced website features as you start exploring that you might need before you're ready to launch a website. But with that said, I think that's a pretty good kind of 101 overview of the platform. And if you guys have any questions, please inquire here in the chat, and Megan and I will do our best to get through them. Thank you again for your time, and hope to see you guys around.
You did it. You did it, Alex. It was 25 minutes.
On the dot.
He knows his platform. He really does.
I might have gone too fast. If I went too fast, I got tough skin, guys. So just happy to take any feedback you have.
And you can always re-listen to the webinar and slow it down a little bit if you need to. But no, thank you so much. You went through all of the bedrock of our product. The thing that makes it hard to do these webinars a lot of the time is that we have so many features and we just keep adding more based on what our customers ask for. So yeah, continue to come to our webinars and you will learn more and more and see more of me and Alex. So we do have several questions. I think I'm going to start to go through them if it's all right to
yeah.
All right, cool. So first one, I think this is an easy volley. How do I delete an image from my ArtCloud?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you to delete an inventory record, so if you want to just remove the whole artwork, it was a test work or it's just not in there, just hover over the artwork, select the actions, and then click delete. Or you can open up the artwork and click the delete button here in that kind of actions strip on the far right. If it's just an image that you want to remove, when you come over to the upload section, this is kind of where you're going to have all your images. You can, one, download the original file. So if you upload the really high res and you want to then reference those, you can download that high res image. You can click this X mark and that will just delete that one particular image. And if you want to change what the cover photo is, the default thumbnail preview of that artwork, you just drag and drop that over. So you can see by doing that, we've now changed that cover photo. So that all of your kind of image management will be done under this uploads tab. And then the inventory actions of emailing it, deleting it, duplicating it, et cetera, will be done in this actions bar or in this actions drop down here.
Cool. All right, let's go to the next one. So how do you or can you add reproductions of a piece with in the same entry as to the same inventory item, or do you need to do separate entries? I'm thinking additions, but maybe not.
I think additions would be the best spot. We might have to work with you on a one-on-one basis just to know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. But what I would suggest would be, for example, let's say that this piece was this, $19,000 artwork represents the original. We could also then duplicate this. And so we could have doc, and then we could have kind of a reproduction. So let's just say it's a limited edition print. So maybe that's an edition count of 10. You've got maybe in the studio you have 1, and then you have number 4. And so now you're going to have 2 docs. You're going to have this doc 4 of 10, doc 1 of 10, and then doc the original. And you can then combine them under the edition title. So we could then come over here, make a doc piece, and then add those 2 different edition sets together. And that way on your website, you're going to have one image. And then when a person goes to that, they'll be able to see the originals and all the editioned work. So I hope play around with that. If that doesn't help, just reach out to our support team with any specifics and we'll happily help you out.
Cool. A quick question from our friend Erwin. How do I mark something as sold if one of our gallery partners sold the art and we don't have a transaction to run through ArtCloud?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways. Under invoices, which we didn't get into today, but we will definitely include in subsequent webinars, you'll see gallery sales. So you can add it in there manually. If the gallery is on ArtCloud, it will be added automatically. Or if you want to do invoice tracking yourself, you can actually create an invoice and then add that artwork to the invoice and add the gallery as a contact to the invoice. So we'll definitely get in more detail about tracking external sales in subsequent calls, but it would be done through the invoices and the gallery sales pages, invoices or gallery sales pages, depending on how you want to structure your business.
Awesome. Heather has a couple great questions. One of them is a marketing related question. I'm going to take this one. How do you recommend and how are you able to state you're available for commissions in a similar work or similar style? I would recommend using social media and using your email campaigns for this purpose. And just say it as clearly and plainly as you can. You know, I love making work in this particular style or size or on a particular substrate or medium. You know, we have email campaigns through ArtCloud that you can easily make an audience of your contacts and send them a particular message. People you know like a certain thing, or you just go wide with it. But that's really a marketing effort. With your inventory, I recommend trying to stay as true to exactly what exists in real life as possible. And then uh, Heather also says, is there a tool to group artworks according to series? I'm thinking quick list.
There, yeah, absolutely. So you can, we skipped over this pretty quickly, but you can certainly make a quick list. You can see in this account, we have a couple different ones. So um, if you can imagine if these 2 or 3 works are of a similar series, you can add as many artworks to this quick list as you would like. And then on your website, you can reference a quick list. So if we wanted to I'll just try to round this out so that it's not so fluffy here. But if we wanted to, for example, have a portfolio page that represented a particular series, we could drag over our inventory. And in this inventory block, again, we will do a dedicated webinar just on website building. But if you wanted to, you could pick a list here and then type in any list you want, but we'll pick that list. And then all of a sudden those works that you've added to that list are going to be the ones here. And you can also do this through tagging if you didn't want to do the list work, but the list is the best way, the most flexible way to ensure that you can control the order and all the curation of what works are on there.
Awesome.
And one other thing, Megan, real quick. And the other thing, if on your for your first question, besides if you want to kind of solicit that you're available for commissions, and beyond just email campaigns and social media, you can do that on your inventory detail page. So if you do launch a website with us, one of the things that you'll have the ability to do is customize what the inventory looks like on a particular artwork. So you can see these are the defaults: inquire, purchase, make an offer if you want to include that. You can also drag just pure text down here and say, open to commissions, open to commissions. And then, or you can make a CTA that's dedicated to that if you want to try to get an idea of how many people are interested in commissions. So just another option to ensure that anyone browsing your work is seeing all those things.
That's a great addition. Actually, to one question that's pretty related to that, will you talk briefly about your approach to SEO and how an artwork would show in a Google search? And this is
Yeah,
for
absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely get deeper. Let's back up. SEO is a bottomless pit of suggestions and effort and work that has questionable returns to it. So just keep that all in mind when you're starting to frame how you think about SEO. When you look at your website's analytics, and we have fantastic analytics built into our site. So if you do launch a site with us, you'll be able to see where the traffic's coming from, who's there. You will find that most of your traffic is not going to be organic because most people are not searching for abstract painters in Atlanta, despite what everyone might think. They're finding things that are interesting that then link back to a particular artist website. So you'll notice that backlinks from social media, backlinks from your email campaigns, backlinks from your galleries, those are where most of your traffic is going to come from. If you are trying to do specific SEO optimizations or tactics to drive organic search results to your page, most people are going to be typing in your name. They're going to have heard about you, thought about you, and so you're going to inherently have a great SEO presence because if you put your name in your domain. So the first thing is making sure that your domain includes your name. ArtCloud will automatically add a tremendous amount of SEO infrastructure to your site. So the alt text of images, the URL structures, the load times, like all of these things that make the biggest impact in how highly Google gives your site authority, which is kind of their term for how high they're going to show you in a Google search result. A lot of that's going to happen for you automatically. If you have any specific questions, reach out to us and we'll certainly do a specific session on that. But things you can do are launch a blog that talks a lot about what you want to optimize your site for. So if you're a nature photographer and you want to be showing up prominently in searches for nature photography, then having blog posts and exhibitions and text on your site that talk about that are gonna help quite a bit.
Okay. Let's see here. How do I set the price on request for the marketplace? Is there a toggle? So price on request instead of an actual price.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you open up an artwork under the marketplace field, there's going to be a price override. So you can type in anything you want there. Contact for a price, contact this gallery, call me, price not available for sale. So whatever you want to put there, just put that in this price override field, and then we will not show the price on the marketplace or on your website if it's on the if you have a website with us.
We have a great one, and I think you touched on this a little bit before, but if you could reiterate, if you put extensive notes on the artwork that would appear on the tear sheets, can you do that? Can you put notes on pieces of artwork?
Absolutely. There's this notes field here, and it has all the formatting you need. So if you want to do new lines or bold, any kind of those WYSIWYG configurations that you might be familiar with, those will all be respected on the tear sheet export, and you'll be able to choose if those notes are on your tear sheet or not. So you can send it to some people, not to others, etc.
And then I'm really going all over the board here.
Please.
We have another, can I organize my paintings by series? And that's, we answered that with Quick List, which is a fan favorite for ArtCloud. Can you make a consignment list for a location or gallery if the gallery is not on ArtCloud?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can add that gallery to your galleries list. So you just come over here, add that gallery, put in a little information about them. Even if they're not on ArtCloud, you can still manage that consignment, export out the consignment agreement, email that to them either through the system or not through the system. So you'll get all that functionality except for the ability to automatically send the work to them and automatically be notified when the work sell.
How does
But encourage them to come to ArtCloud and we'll give you a referral fee.
Yes, we will. And we have hundreds of galleries on ArtCloud. So you never know. Maybe your gallery does like use ArtCloud and you just don't know. Um, let's see. Let's see here, and it's 3:37, so I want to be careful of everyone's time. Um, mhm. We have some compliments, which is so nice.
Oh, thank you guys.
Let's see here. We do have, our interface is very extensive. Is there a basic way to start learning / using ArtCloud? This is one of our first training workshops in this format. We also have a pretty deep knowledge base, so meaning like a directory, a dictionary of how to use ArtCloud. So I'll be sending that out in the follow-up email as well, so you can get reading if that's your preferred way of learning.
And if you like videos, we have YouTube videos as well. So under the support tab inside the platform, you can link to our YouTube video,
Mhm.
browse a lot of videos there. Whoop.
Yeah,
Sorry, that pump request a feature, any kind of and then support as well. So definitely recommend the knowledge base, definitely recommend some of the YouTube videos and play from there.
And I see an easy one that is from the pricing page. It looks like the free option doesn't include the marketplace or website, which is true. Currently have just the free option with 9.arts. Does that mean that I just have the free manager plan? And that answer is yes. Any 9dots converts that are in our space now are set up with a free ArtCloud free forever 500 inventory item plan. So I think we have some concerns about it running out or what the situation is. But if you came over from Dotfolio, you already have your inventory from Dotfolio in ArtCloud when you accept your invite, and it's a free forever plan. So yeah, welcome. Let's see. I think that might be what we can handle today. Oh, do you have space to put a link to a YouTube video with the work? Jenny uses this a lot because it allows her to show the texture in oblique light and then getting close to show the embedded poem, which is how I assume she does her work.
Absolutely. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is you can include a link to the YouTube video in the notes if you wanted to make sure that it was linkable from a tear sheet email or any email that you're sending out from the system. If you're looking to launch a website with us and you want to have that YouTube video on the inventory detail page, you can definitely do that through the media builder, and we'll cover that in a website building session, an upcoming webinar on websites.
Yeah. Um, let's see. So Alexandra makes murals and takes commissions. Can she add examples of the work so that organizations like Nine Dot can view and use the images to curate and show their clients? I'm
Absolutely. So you can, oh yeah, you can absolutely you can create those works, and you can say not just make a new piece of inventory, add works of previous commissions that you've done. You can mark them not available for the price. You can say previously sold, and then you can consign that over to Nine Dots so that they have references of what type of work you've done.
nice. All right. How do I mark a piece as sold? I think we did go through that, right? How to mark a piece sold.
Uh, Not fully. There's a couple different ways. The best way to mark it as sold would be to add it to an invoice, so that way you are, and we'll go over this in a subsequent webinar, but that way you're marking who it sold, what date it sold, who it sold to, if there were any discounts. If you want to use us for payment processing, we make it really easy to collect the credit card payments via email. So you can just email them the invoice, they can pay remotely. If you don't want to use us for invoicing, you can mark the piece inactive and then update its location to sold, or anything like that. And that would also kind of mark it sold. But the most proper way would be to make an invoice, and because that's going to give you the most functionality downstream.
Cool. Um, if someone has an existing website, can they have an ArtCloud account, then link the pieces listed on our website directly to the link to the piece within the ArtCloud Manager account?
Yeah, we do not support integrations to non-ArtCloud websites, but our website builder is super easy to use. And if you have any questions or want help mimicking your current site, we can definitely help you guys get that in there. Just reach out to our support team.
Cool. I think that I might stop volleying these questions at you, and then we will take all of these. I have them in hand. There's still some really good ones in here. I might end with one, and then we will certainly try to answer them afterwards in the follow-up email. So look out for that in your inbox. But my last one is do you think it's important to enter past sales and contact information for those sales into our cloud?
That's a tough question. I think that if
Sorry.
you want, I think that it is worth it if you do it, but it's a lot of work. And so if you can, I think it's all about how much energy you want to put into it. There's certainly a lot of insights that you would gain from doing that. If you were to, again, we won't get into this too much, but there's a lot of reporting inside of platforms like ArtCloud that give a sense of like how your sales are, what sales trends are, who your top collectors are, what are those buying patterns, what's the seasonality, like all of that. If that stuff excites you and you're like, I want to get into the data and see how my career this year compares to my career last year, then yes, you would. And there's ability, again, with the imports, uh, you can do invoice imports. So you can, from other systems, from CSV files. So we do have the ability to import system invoices into the platform to make it a little bit easier. So it's worth it if you can, and you have the energy. If you don't, then just start using ArtCloud, and going forward, you'll be able to have all those insights.
Cool. Cool. Well, in the meantime, please, if you have not started a trial of ArtCloud, your trial gives you access to pretty much every single part of the platform. So we really encourage you to explore on your own and get to know the platform by just clicking around and adding some of your inventory and playing. And please, again, like look out for a follow-up email with the recording and some answers to these questions. But we really appreciate you being here today. This is the beginning of a lot more education. And just to reiterate, a lot of us at ArtCloud come from the art world and are artists ourselves. So, we know how difficult it can feel to get up and running with a website, to send out an email campaign, to add all of your inventory to a platform. And, we really want to be here to help and, have all the features that can make you grow your career and make you feel comfortable online. So, that being said, have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
See you guys. Talk to you
Bye.
soon.
See ya.